What's going on, guys? Haven't made a video in a long time. I say this shit every single time because something always happens. My car, I still don't have the motor back. I just ordered rods. They should be here on Monday. I get to bring that to them. I can't imagine it'd be more than a week or two to put the motor back together, and then I can put that all back together. So in the meantime, I was itching to wrench on some shit because I just like doing that. So I bought a motorcycle. Here it is. Definitely a hunk of shit, but we're gonna go through all of it and make it work nice. So it's an 0304 636. This particular one is an 04, but they're the same exact thing. It is going to be a stunt bike. So I'm gonna build this as a stunt bike. So back in the day, when I had some of my other motorcycles, I'd go ride with some of my buddies who stunted Groms, and they ended up moving up to bigger bikes like this. And they were really good, and it was super cool to watch, and I tried to get into it, and I just couldn't do it. I bought a Grom, but I didn't want to buy all the cages and stuff so I can protect it from crashing, and I hated the Grom completely. I'm just way too big for it. I bought a dirt bike. It was a 250 Yamaha 250F or some shit, YZ250F, and that was cool too, but it was way too peppy to start out on. Like, oh fucking hell, I was like literally about to loop. I actually did loop. I looped and I totally crashed and got road rash all on my arm and shit, which was not fun. So we've got this one now. This is a big bike. I already ordered, oh god, crash cages and what else did I order? I mean, refresh stuff. It has a misfire now, so we got to go through that. I mean, literally everything you can think of is it's all getting redone, completely redone. The only thing that's not changing is like the motor and the frame. We're gonna go ahead and start tearing it down today. I've been looking at it for a few days, and it totally really like itching to just like get in here and see what's going on. I'll start it up real quick. You can hear the misfire. So definitely, it was sitting for a long time. It had bad gas in it, misfire. The rear set is snapped off. So it's definitely seen some better days. But here, let's start it up real quick. I ordered a new one of these dash things too, because this one's all cracked out. New one of those coming. Get the key right here. Get a little start. Not supposed to sound like that. It's like too rumbly. It's not supposed to be like that. The shit sounds like a cross-plane motor. It's not. It doesn't sound like what it's supposed to sound like. So we got new coil packs, new spark plugs. We're gonna look and see what's going on in there. I have to do the valve cover gasket, so we'll have that all open and give a nice little check down. If that doesn't work, we'll get the injectors clean, and if that doesn't work, we have other problems to deal with. But we'll start with the basics, the cheap stuff, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna start tearing this thing down. So the bike's fairly stripped down now. I pulled off, well, first of all, I pulled off all the fairings. Those are eventually gonna have to get painted or fixed or whatever, I don't know. So taking a look in here, I pulled off the throttle bodies, and it looks a little messy down here, you know, a little dirty. I pulled the coil packs out. I'm gonna leave the spark plugs in there for now because I don't have the new ones yet, so it doesn't really make sense for me to pull them. Although I am curious what they look like, I'll just wait on that, it's fine. Other than that, missing the coolant reservoir cap, but there is fluid in there, so that's good. Yeah, although it just looks like water. So I have to obviously get drained out and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait for some of the rest of the parts to come in, like the oil, the spark plugs, the coil packs, and the valve cover gasket, so I can move forward with this. That's gonna be like 10 seconds for you, so just I'll see you in fucking 4 seconds.
2,000 years later.
It's Friday morning. I got a bunch of parts here. Not everything, but enough to get a little something rolling here. I'm supposed to be working right now, but the humidity is a bit too humid. It looks very wintry out right now. So we're gonna get working on the bike. Let me show you what parts I got first and what kind of the plan is here. We got a nice mess full of parts. I'm gonna just run through a couple. Let me organize a little bit so you can see what's going on. Got an assortment of parts, a really lot of parts. Let's start here, I guess. Since we're here, we've got new grips, new throttle cables, new throttle tube, a new front brake lever, 1-finger easy pull clutch, a new clutch cable. This is an idle adjustment cable, which will go from stock location, little here. This is not necessary, but little here Instead, it's gonna be somewhere right here on the triple tree. Then back here, these are the rear sets, stunt rear sets. So they have nice big pegs. We've got a new brake pedal and a new gear shifter. They're better than these. These are weird and old and raggedy. And this one down here, when I can show you at a better time, this one's broken and zip tied. So those were a necessity to ride the bike safely, at least. These are, I can't remember, I think F4i front calipers. Only one's gonna be used, and this will be the handbrake caliper for the dual caliper setup in the back, which I don't have the rest of that yet, so not gonna see that. This is all wrapped up still, but this is the sub cage. It goes where these rear passenger pegs would be, and they come out here and they're really bulky and big, and you know, you can put your feet on them and do stunts and shit. Oil, this is brake cleaner, but oil filter. This is a part of the 520 chain conversion. It's a bit smaller, you get more power, and the sprocket, the front sprocket's the same size, the back sprocket's gonna be a bit bigger. And this is just what stunters do. You get a little less top end, but a little more torque at the bottom end, and it's supposed to be better for wheeling and shit. So that's what we got. We're missing the big sprocket for the back, so this can't really be done yet. Oh, this also is a little bit of grip for the tank. Axle sliders, they go front and rear, just a little extra form of protection. These are the new 2000, well, new to me, 2009 front forks. And then we've got the 2009 bottom triple, custom top triple from SS Moto. It says Goodwin's Garage, and it's pretty cool. And then these are the clip-on handlebars that will be a lot higher and give more leverage. So this is not everything. I'm still waiting on stunt cages, and I'm still waiting on quite a few things actually, but this is enough to get started. Actually, while there's a tank on here, start it up, because I did coil packs and spark plugs and it sounds really good. Sounds really good and healthy. Really nice, actually. Surprised how good it sounds. When I first got it, definitely running on like 3 cylinders. Sounded pretty freaking bad. So let me pull this gas tank off and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so first off, did all new coil packs. You kind of see them in there, and spark plugs. I just gave it a little clean, but just nothing special. And then I did a clean air mod. So there's 2 ways to do this if you know what you've done your research. Most people run a line from here, and then there's an air filter somewhere here, and they just leave it like that. And then they put these 2 together up here. The Six Shop, which is like a huge, very reputable stunt place, says to do it this way. So I did it this way. It's basically, you have your air box here. There's vacuum lines that go into the air box from here and back here. You plug all the air box holes, so that way the air going into the throttle bodies is fresh air. There's nothing else going in there. Then all of these, which are breathers from the crankcase and whatnot, you put these right back into itself here, and that's about it. So that way, you know, if you're wheeling and maybe the bike tips over, or you're in a wheelie too long or something like that, you don't have the potential to hydrolock your motor, because that's one of the issues. So that's done. The only other thing that I need to do in here is the valve cover gasket, because it's a little leaky. I don't have that, and it won't be here for another week or 2, but that's okay. We can do that later when it comes. So right now what I want to do is I think I'm gonna pull the bike out a little bit, maybe into the driveway here, and I'm going to sand down the frame a little bit, because this guy decided that he wanted to spray paint it, and you could see how great of a job really of spray painting that it was done. There's red, and it's just really bad. It looks actually terrible. See all the drips? That's not good. Looks bad. We're gonna just sand that down and make the frame look pretty again. We'll pull all this stuff off, and that'll be the first step. Look at this mumbo jumbo of shit. Here's something cool. I'm looking at this exhaust, trying to figure out how I can move this down to here, because I'm about to take these off so I can spray paint this. I was looking at this pipe here, And I had speculated, but this just confirms this is, I don't know how well you can see it, but this is a Two Brothers exhaust. So that's pretty cool. A little old school Two Brothers exhaust. That's awesome. So there's a little tab right here. You can see it's only on this side. It needs to be cut off when the 12 bar gets here because that's where the 12 bar mounts. So I'm just cut it off right now. This tab also needs to be cut off. So I'm gonna also do that right now. So I just kind of did 2 coats back to back here. Not sure how I'm feeling about this. I mean, it's better for sure. It's not perfect. And I know I wasn't going for perfect, but shit, I thought it'd be a little better. Like, you know, there's some, oh shit, I just touched it. Some little, I don't know how well you can see it. There's a drip here I missed, which I'm gonna sand out. But there's like a little bit of reaction I'm gonna probably sand out there, you know. But otherwise, it's really not that bad. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, maybe like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Then I'm gonna sand out the imperfections I don't like, go over it again, maybe another time, and then we'll see how long it lasts, because not really sure. This is literally no primer, just black spray paint. It's not even like the 2-in-1 primer spray paint. It's literally just black spray paint. All right, I sanded down the frame again, all the little spots I didn't really like. Gonna give it another coat of paint, or 2 or 3, until it looks good. I think I sanded out all the imperfections, so unless there's like some weird reaction, should be good this time. All finished, the frame's looking really good. I realize that I have to keep this shift lever here because this rod doesn't come off, and I mean, I'm sure there's another way to do it, but we're just gonna keep it because that seems like the easiest way, and I don't fucking care. I care about the brake. But everything looks really good. Came out pretty nice and flat black. Feels good. It's all dry. I like it. Not too shabby. So we could put the rear sets on, actually the new ones. It'd be our first stump part. Let's see, here they are. This is a part of them. This is the brake, and they were right in front of my face. Yeah, we can put these on. We got the new brake pedal here, and we're gonna reuse obviously the shifter. These are like the scraper thingies, so you don't mess up your pegs. I gotta see how that works. I don't really know how all this shit works, but figure it out. So it seems as though the pegs already come with this little protector thing, and I guess they're interchangeable, and I bought an extra set. I thought they didn't come with them, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I just don't read. I don't know. Put the rear sets on. They look awesome, and they feel great too. Got the spring all in there. This is the new brake pedal. This little bit is a little bit sloppy here. I don't know why it's so fucking, it's eBay, that's why it's sloppy, but I sat on it and I like had my foot here. You don't feel it at all. I mean, I'll see more while I'm riding, but I mean, that doesn't really do anything. There is no pressure in my rear brake at all. The pads aren't even on the thing, so new pads and rotors are gonna come for the back anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But there's definitely no fluid in here, or something's not working correctly, which is sick as hell. We utilize the stock shifter. I painted it. It looks great. I'm not sure what these are for, but it's on there. Also, something I noticed is there's no bracket right here on these for the brake light switch, but the front does have a brake light switch, so it looks like that will be the only thing having a brake light switch. I can put on the sub cage. So I think I'm gonna do that, because why not, right? Looks cool. All right, we got a bunch of parts here. I don't know how it goes together. There's no instructions. Bunch of bolts, the pegs. Don't know how it goes together. So I guess we're left to figure it out ourselves. Sub cage is on. It's looking amazing. This looks awesome. It's awesome. It's really solid. It was super easy to put together. I mean, really awesome. This is an RC sub cage, by the way. Really cool, man. I'm hyped on this. Really, so it's just like those two parts together, making it look like a stunt bike. This little line where the grip tape is gonna bother me, so I'm gonna color it in. I went ahead and moved the bike back in the garage. I really wanted to mess with the front end here, but I don't have the axle nut tool. So like a 22 Allen, which I don't have. I ordered one, but it's obviously not gonna be here right now. But what did just come in is the valve cover gasket. So I went and got some Permatex, and we can definitely do this. I have some work I'm finishing up, but I would like to do this today. That'd be really awesome to get that all sorted and done. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Alright, we got the valve cover gasket done. I think the issue before was that I think there's supposed to be a layer of RTV on the top, and there wasn't, so it was just leaking out a little bit. Should be good now. Got throttle bodies back on, tightened down, airbox back on, tightened down, all the plugs plugged in, everything looking good. So we're running out of time today, but I'm pretty happy with the progress. Got a fuck ton done. Starting to, you know, come together. I'm glad the engine stuff is done out of the way. Now we could do the fucking other type of fun stuff. It's gonna be cool. Actually, if anyone's wondering real quick why I'm spending all this money to build a stunt bike and I don't even know how to stunt, building stuff is half the fun for me. Like, building the car is fun for me. I like driving it, that's like 50%, but I like to build shit. So like, this is half the fun, just building it. The learning how to stunt or learning something new is the other half of the fun. That I can't wait. But I can't do much else until I get this 22 mil to remove the front wheel. So I'll see y'all when I get the 22.
Why they wanna be me? It's not what it seems. Running to the bank, putting wet on my Achilles. We been thumbing blue faces like they Washingtons. On a run from MIA up to Washington.